For a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk. That all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it shit out?
I've talked to him. Eddie, what the f are you doing? Get on stage. I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe.
He got more dye in that beard than Diddy wears.
All right, that's enough.
And I know.
That's enough.
I seen him. He shows me behind the curtain.
That's enough. All right, I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna edit this out.
But still,
Put a
note on it. You can edit.
Sucker. The reason I don't do cocaine, Big Tigger, I get my blood tested every 3 months for the last 15 years. All narcotic tests have come up 0.00%.
And it brings me to this thing that happened not too long ago where Kevin Hart broke your stand-up box office record.
What record did he break?
He said he broke some record of your box office sales for stand-up.
I don't know. Where'd he break? I know ain't nobody. Raw is still the #1 box office concert movie in history, so I don't know what records nobody broke.
15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club.
Talking to you about stand-up no more. I don't do it no more. I'm not falling for the trap. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. I'm not doing it no more. I'm not doing it. Every time.
Eddie Murphy just lit up the internet after clapping back at Katt Williams, calling him jealous of Kevin Hart. The comment section went wild. People are saying Eddie only took Kevin's side because he's scared of him. Can you believe that? What's wild is that Eddie himself once came for Kevin. Not too long ago, Eddie dragged Kevin for spreading lies about breaking all of Eddie's box office records. So now everyone's like, how does it make sense that when Katt calls Kevin an industry plant, he's suddenly jealous? It's giving double standards. Eddie should have stayed quiet because now the internet is tearing him apart too. He's catching heat left and right, and honestly, he brought it on himself. And here's the thing. Even before Eddie jumped into the drama, Katt Williams and Kevin Hart had been at each other's throats for years. Their feud goes way back to the days when everyone was talking about that Hollywood trend of black comedians wearing dresses just to get roles. Big names like Eddie Murphy, Tyler Perry, Jamie Foxx, Marlon Wayans, and Martin Lawrence all did it. But it wasn't until Dave Chappelle sat down with Oprah in 2006 that people really started waking up to what Holly Weird was doing behind the scenes.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. It's the writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a... and he put this dress on and, huh? What? This prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We were supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. You know, the pressure comes in. Huh. I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny. What am I, Milton Berle? You know, we're going like this. And then finally he's like, and he leaves. And then like the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress.
The streets still haven't stopped talking about that interview. Dave Chappelle was the first one to really speak up about all this madness. And when he did, it shook the whole industry. His words had everyone talking. Fans, critics, even celebs jumped in. One of them was Kevin Hart, who boldly said he'd never wear a dress, no matter how big the paycheck was. But just a few months later, boom, Kevin popped up on SNL in a dress, rocking a wig, and acting like a woman.
A great comedian said that, you know, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? And is that something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. You know, for me, I know what they are. They've yet to been challenged, so you know I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on a talk show this morning.
You look
said
good
no to
doing
that. Not that was a dress, but I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. You know, at the end of the day, you got to know that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, you know, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
Pope is 9-year-old Oscar nominee Kevin Wallace.
Wow. Wow. I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
The internet went off. When people started calling him out, Kevin lost it online. He fired back on Twitter saying, "I wore a dress on SNL because I thought it was funny. I made that decision. Nobody made it for me. I am my own boss." That meltdown only added more fuel to the fire because folks weren't buying it. Later, when Katt Williams got asked about Kevin's cross-dressing moment, he didn't bite his tongue. Katt gave his honest thoughts without being disrespectful, but Kevin clearly took it to heart. Not long after, Kevin and Tiffany Haddish went on The Breakfast Club, and Kevin went off. He called Katt a failure and even said, the reason why Katt isn't where he thinks he should be is because he chose to be a crackhead instead of focusing on his career. It was brutal.
Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we had Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Madea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
My frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose you.
Oh.
After that messy exchange, Katt went ghost on social media for a while, but in 2024, he came back swinging during an interview on Club Shishi. He accused Kevin of selling his soul for fame and power, claiming that Kevin made secret deals with Hollywood elites to fast-track his success. That comeback interview had everyone's jaws on the floor. Katt Williams then dropped a bomb. He revealed that he got blackballed from Hollywood after refusing to do a scene in Friday After Next, where his character was supposed to be assaulted. He said the producers thought it would be hilarious, but Katt didn't see how something so disturbing could ever be funny.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? That's why, you know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? What? It's to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years?
So he stood his ground and said, no. After that, things changed fast. Once the movie wrapped, every project Katt was supposed to do suddenly vanished, and the roles started going straight to Kevin Hart. According to Katt, Kevin didn't question anything. He'd just do whatever the industry asked without pushing back.
Truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we talk about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we talking about comedy, right, where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a rape. And rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? For a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk, that all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it
out, and then I can do it. Like, it don't need to be overtly homosexual, because I'm not homosexual, right? It doesn't need that to be funny, right? And me saying that and them going, oh yeah, no problem, and then going to give it to this other guy and having him do it just like it was, and acting like I'm a bad person because I keep standing on my standard. But yeah, it's interesting, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
But here's where things got messy for Kevin. Katt's comments had people digging into Kevin's background, and what they found got real suspicious. Allegedly, Kevin's success wasn't just about talent. People started claiming he might have gotten caught up in some of the wild secret scenes in Hollywood. The whispers linked him to the so-called freak-off parties that people say Diddy used to host. So here's the tea. Back in 2010, Kevin was reportedly invited by Diddy to a private party at a fancy New York hotel. Now that detail hit hard because Cassie recently confirmed in court that most of those infamous freak-off nights went down in NYC hotel rooms. So when people heard that Diddy threw a hotel party with Kevin there, the internet went into detective mode. Folks started wondering if that party turned into something way more once the cameras stopped rolling.
Brother right here from day one, we used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes, you know what I'm saying, before pause was invented.
To make it worse, a video from that same night resurfaced. Diddy was seen making a strange comment about sharing a bed with Usher. He tried to backtrack quick, but it was too late. People were already connecting the dots and looking at him sideways. The drama hasn't stopped since. People started feeling seriously uneasy because the rumors about Diddy had already been floating around for years. Talk about him doing inappropriate stuff involving Usher. And then it got even messier when Usher himself hinted that something strange really did happen. He once said that when he lived with Diddy, the man used to do some freaky things around him. That statement alone had everyone's jaw on the floor.
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and...
I had a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was
You send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Now circling back to that same Diddy party Kevin Hart was supposedly hosting, things got darker. A disturbing video from that night went viral, showing one of the dancers accidentally catching on fire. But instead of anyone jumping in to help, everyone just stood there, laughing, recording, and doing absolutely nothing. It was horrifying to watch.
Doing what I do best. Oh, did the camera catch that? Got the camera.
And get this, Kevin was sitting right next to her when it happened. He didn't move, didn't try to help, nothing. The poor girl was literally screaming in pain, and everyone just kept the cameras rolling. People couldn't believe how cold that looked. Fast forward to recently, paparazzi caught Kevin out in public and decided to get bold with their questions. One of them straight up asked him if he remembered seeing any baby oil at that 2010 Diddy party. And instead of denying it, Kevin just smirked and said, "You're asking the wrong questions." That response set the internet on fire all over again. Folks were like, if nothing weird happened, why not just say no? Now everyone's side-eyeing Kevin even harder and wondering what really went down that night. Wrong question, huh? But here's the thing, Kevin's reaction wasn't new. Every time someone brings up Diddy around him, his whole energy changes. Sometimes he looks mad, sometimes nervous, or he'll act like he has no clue what anyone's talking about. It's like he wants that topic erased from existence.
Okay, what about Diddy? What about Diddy?
Take your picture.
Can you talk about Diddy? What happened with Bieber and Justin and Diddy?
Oh my God.
Take this for example. Not too long ago, Kevin suddenly shut down all his vegan restaurants across the country. No warning, no clear reason. When the paparazzi ran up on him asking why, he was chill, answering everything about his businesses with no problem. But the second they mentioned Diddy, boom, he froze, his whole mood shifted, and he jumped straight into his car like he was running from something. People caught that moment on camera, and you could literally see his smile drop the instant Diddy's name came up.
Hey, Kevin, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
When I hosted for Diddy?
Yeah. Nah?
You asking the wrong person the wrong question. What's your question?
Do you think he's safe in jail?
Wrong person, the wrong question.
It was wild to watch. Then there's another viral moment. That interview he did with Mark Wahlberg. When Mark casually mentioned Diddy, it was like Kevin's alarm went off. Kevin kept trying to cut him off, change the topic, anything to shut down that part of the conversation. And the way Mark looked at him, people swear he knew something. Whatever the truth is, Kevin looked like he wanted that convo buried forever.
Got more dye in that beard than Diddy wears.
All right, that's enough.
And I know.
That's enough.
I seen him. He shows me behind the curtain.
That's enough. All right, I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna edit this out.
But still.
Put
a note on it. You can edit that.
While all this was blowing up, Eddie Murphy was trying to stay out of the chaos. He's always had solid relationships with both Kevin and Katt. Katt even gave Eddie props for his legendary performance in Raw, and Kevin once invited Eddie onto his podcast. But even that friendly link started cracking once Kevin made a bold claim. He said he broke Eddie's box office record, the same way he tried to flex on Katt before. Eddie wasn't having it. He fired back, saying Kevin was spreading lies and that his record has been standing strong for 27 years, with Kevin nowhere near touching it. He said it cool and calm, but you could tell he meant every single word. Eddie's message was clear. Don't play with my legacy. The tension between them might have started quiet, but now it's loud enough for the whole industry to hear.
And it brings me to this thing that happened not too long ago where Kevin Hart broke your stand-up box office record.
What record did he break?
He said he broke some record of your box office sales for stand-up.
I don't know. What did he break? I know, but Raw is still the #1 box office concert movie in history, so I don't know what records nobody broke, Kevin.
Yeah, I broke Eddie's record.
I ain't even been on stage in 27 years. They still trying to break my records. God bless y'all.
When are we, or are we ever going to see you on stage again doing stand-up?
I'm going to do it again because I got to break Kevin's new record. I got to get back on the stage because this new record that Kevin got, I got to have it back, Kevin. You ain't keeping this record, whatever one it is, I got to have it back.
Word on the street is that Eddie Murphy and Katt Williams have actually been in contact behind the scenes. Apparently, Eddie pulled Katt aside and told him to chill on going back and forth with Kevin Hart. Eddie supposedly told him straight up, it's not worth it. He said Kevin is heavily protected by the industry, so this isn't a battle Katt can win, no matter how real he keeps it. And honestly, if those rumors are true, Katt might want to listen to Eddie. Because let's be real, the industry already pushed Eddie out once back in the day just to make room for Kevin's rise. So if Katt keeps talking too loud, they might try to do the same thing to him. Hollywood has a way of silencing people who say too much. Meanwhile, social media's been buzzing with opinions. One person said, yeah, I have 0% respect for Kevin Hart. He said he'd never wear a dress, and just 2 months later, he's on SNL, dressed like a little girl with pigtails and a tiara. Another user went even further saying, Kevin Hart in all those Diddy videos looking like a volunteer bottom. The internet has been ruthless. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Kevin Hart getting exposed for these alleged industry ties? Was Eddie right to check Katt for thinking he could actually take on Kevin? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this one's got people divided. And don't forget, hit that like, subscribe, and share button and turn on the bell so you don't miss another wild story right here on Mike Trip Channel.